Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Dwarf Fortress! This is our Pocket Wars number 2, and we have yet another siege. I let a little bit of time go by in between episodes over here, and not as much as I'd hoped, actually, because we very rapidly got another siege. Now, this one I think might be a real siege, because they're actually coming in with a petition to parlay, which I'm going to turn down. Screw these guys. So I've activated my civilian alert, and yeah, they are definitely moving forward this time. We got a cat that's out in the field, which isn't exactly healthy for it. I think it's coming back now. We're going to go ahead and pull this outer lever at this point. There we go. We are now sealed in, so hopefully that's okay. Our statues, or our statues, sorry, I think I read silvers and I thought statues here. We are, oh, you are explicitly off duty, which is what we're looking for. We're going to turn both you on full training, mostly just to make sure the archers are in here, which should be fine. So we're sealed up. Annoyingly, this is an early autumn. Maybe if we go ahead and attack them immediately, we'd be able to repel them so that we'd still get traded. There's not that many, and I'm sorry, is that elves? Elf wrestler over here. And the elves don't have a civilization, but it doesn't mean they don't exist. They just don't have a kingdom going on. So, I mean, being sealed in isn't so bad. We could, except for the fact that we are missing out on our trade opportunity, which is more than a little annoying. Our justice area over here, the captain of the guards room, and our cells are all mined out. We'll go ahead and ask for some smoothing to get started, and then we'll do some decoration in a little bit. So, squad is over here. I'm assuming that since our fence, or since our bridge is up, these guys might not be moving around. I mean, I don't know if they're chasing anyone in particular here, or they're just moving across the map. Now, let's take a look at our squads, actually. Q, over here, equip. We'll do an update equipment just to make sure that everything's the latest, greatest. Some people are claiming some equipment. Yeah, we still have a lot of people who are unarmored, which doesn't feel good. Oh, I just saw some bolts go by over here. And, of course, our traps are going to catch a bunch of these guys. And if enough of them get caught, that might break things. What do you want? You want a couple more spears. I just made 3 for you. You're very demanding. I think we might have to keep making our squads out of used spears just to consume these all. Again, although I did say I could melt them down. Udis. Wait, that's one of my 3 dwarfs. Good. Siege is still active. I'm a little surprised by that, because there aren't that many active invaders, but I guess we just still haven't hit the exact critical mass. I think they have to keep going down to get drinks. We might want to keep some near to the surface for their training here, because I think that's what's going on here too, right? Yeah. Let's have a little stockpile. One here. Accept. And one here. Accept. This is going to be set to... Well, they're both going to be food stockpiles, but this one is going to be drinks of either plants or animals. And it's going to be set to stockpile. The selected stockpile will give items. So no, you're going to take from this stockpile. Perfect. And then this one here, which is going to be for prepared meals exclusively, you are going to take from the meal stockpile. Okay, good. So someone should hopefully keep this stuff near the surface going forward. Yeah, see all these dwarves, they keep moving away? That's annoying. That's not what we want to see. Oh, I can clear the civilian alert, because I think the civilians aren't allowed up in the surface. So by doing that, theoretically some hauling should happen. I'm just going to let that happen long enough to confirm that we've got plenty of military dwarves around here. I suppose if I gave them an order move somewhere, they probably would not do the drink. They would probably just go there. If we just bring down the gate and park our military inside here, we might want to set the civilian alert again. It might draw the goblins forward and have them walk through more of our traps. I think that's probably what I'm going to do, actually. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, look at our seed stockpile over here. That's looking really good. Of course, we've got a meat barrel over here as well for the training. So theoretically, if our soldiers were getting hungry, they could have grabbed that. They may have still preferred going to grab some meals down below. If nothing else, they deserve a nice snack. So All right, I'm going to reactivate the civilian alert. I'm going to tell both my military squads to move to here. Now I'm going to come down here and pull this lever. We're going to open the door. Okay. Now the goblins should see that there's a route open, and they should decide to come over here. Where is you? Oh, a lot of them are caged. Okay, so you're still here. Where are you at? Are you leaving? Oh yeah, the siege has been broken. I guess enough of them have been caged that it broke the siege. All right, clear the civilian alert. Clear these orders here. We'll put you on some constant training for now. That's going to be okay. We'll keep an eye on your mood and maybe manage things that way. And we did get the trade caravan. Even though we're 16th, we're partway through autumn, we still get the trade caravan to arrive. Beautiful, brilliant. Everything worked out well. We got a bunch of new gobos to deal with. How about we go and make a little smashing chamber right next to this? Let's do a high priority here just to do it very quickly. Okay. I did go and assign, oh no, I didn't assign extra miners. I assigned some extra engravers. We needed to accelerate that, so I've done it. We also got one extra artifact. This is actually one of our miners made this. So this is Yearling Coven, the Tarnished Floods. This is a tetrahedrite coffin worth 12,000 dwarf bucks. I haven't even read this description yet. All crafts worship is of the highest quality. It's encrusted with oval tetrahedrite cabochons and encircled with bands of marquise cut amethyst. The object is adorned with hanging rings of magnetite. On the item is an image of dwarves and rock salt. The dwarves are laboring. The artwork relates to the foundation of work cloaks, which is us, by the machine of sanctuaries of the special peaceful razors in the early spring of 50. Lovely. And I believe that was the Bard of Blarney who went and made that for us. So if the Monarch's quarters weren't fancy enough, we could have gone ahead and put it in there. Maybe if this queen dies and we replace them, then the next tomb will have the artifact. Okay, trade. So we'll do our kind of standard thing here where we grab, well, pretty much all the most expensive stuff is fine here, except for the magnetite. Like, is there a filter for just things in bins? Not that I can see, just because if I do a box select here, like if I do this and then shift click down here, it's going to grab all that magnetite, but then I guess I can toggle that off for those. So yeah, I want quantity 1. Perfect. Okay, so we'll grab a few bins of fairly valuable stuff, and we'll request a broker over here, and we'll do some trade. We're interested in purchasing a whole crap ton of leather. Oh yeah, we would have gotten a bunch of error messages over there while we had the civilian alert running. Find meals. All right, that's all smooth. Let me pause for a sec so I don't get distracted by things. Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, and then I was going to clone this afterwards. I'm like, hold on, we needed like 12 cells or something. But yeah, I was just going to duplicate this. So cages, restraints. We're going to do rope chain. Now, I talked about using the artifact one. I don't know if there's a way to guarantee where the artifact one gets placed, or like, sorry, which cell gets used. Because I can go, first of all, and do this. And place it here. That will guarantee the artifact chain gets there. Whether or not that gets used preferentially for prisoners, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to clear this out and then go and just plop down the rest of them. So normally this doesn't use artifact stuff. So we have to explicitly set it. So they're going to be chained in the middle of the room. They'll be able to reach everything at that point. So we're going to go and make sure they all have a bed. And I don't know if they need much, but we'll give them a table and chair as well. Yeah, they might still enjoy that for their, use it for their meals. Chair. And then the other thing is to keep food and drinks in here. I don't know if it's ever changed, but I think the idea was dwarves normally didn't come and bring food and drinks to prisoners. So you want to keep some in there so that they had it accessible. But I don't know if that's the same problem anymore. Now, okay, in the olden days, you would go and assign this for imprisonment. Okay, I guess it's dungeon. That's interesting. So it's there's no multi, but I'm guessing you just do this, and it just counts as a dungeon. If we check the justice screen over here, yeah, 8 to 13. Oh, they're up to 13 now. Make spears, make rings. I don't remember. I don't know if we've got a ring making. We had a request for a an anvil too. Okay, can we... Oh, we're still waiting for some items over here. I mean, I did have it paused while I was working on our little justice area, and it looks like they're still unpacking, or maybe they're just parked there. I don't know. Oh, the broker's sleeping anyway. All right. We need you to be... We need to force you awake here. All right, that's being dug out, which is fine. We're going to be ready for other things. I don't believe I have other outstanding requests. No, we're all good on our agreements, which is good. We're just getting this area ready. There you go, trade. Now, out of curiosity, if I were to mark everything over here, 53,000 dwarf bucks is quite a lot. I'll take all these bars. Any chance we've got some bismuth? Bismuth bronze. We need... we're still short 1 for that door. I don't need gems, blocks, rough gems. Fire clean, no. Chains, no. Instruments, I think we're good on now. Yeah, we'll take all your barrels. Whatever they might contain. Hopefully mostly booze, but whatever is going to be okay. I mean, we could buy a bunch of armor to speed things up. We could buy these gauntlets and then smelt them down. They're cheap. Might be time. I can't remember. I think I said I wanted to buy some seeds. This is actually sugar. Plump helmet seeds. Pigtail seeds. Pigtail seeds. I don't know if we need the dimple cups, but I'm going to grab them anyway. There we go. Good. We don't, as far as I know, we don't need cloth. We're looking for leather. And yeah, if I can buy the bins at a fairly decent price, that'll be good. There's not... I don't know if there's going to be a crap ton of leather, because I don't think... We did from the humans put in the request for leather, but I don't know if we put that in for last year's Dwarven order. Again, I could be using the DF hack tool for this, just to pick up the individual stuff, but as long as they're not overcharging us for the bin too much, we can use extra bins, like kind of in bulk, and it also makes the hauling a lot better, because they just bring the entire bin, as far as I know, to the stockpile point, which saves just a ton of time. On the other side, if I had gone and filtered for leather... Well, I guess the problem is the search for leather still brings up all the goods made out of leather or something like that, so it's not actually that easier to select. Anvils. We don't have infinite meat. Let me grab some, and we do use some for training. The fish as well. You know, I'll get a bunch of these plants. That's going to be fine. I'll leave the rest off. I'll buy a bunch of thread. Threads tends to be fairly cheap, and then we can turn into something better here. I'll buy those. I'll get a couple of backpacks. Hopefully none of that is glitched these days. I don't know. Yeah, do we want to set up our library? Maybe. All right, 6,800 dwarf bucks, which we should be able to do perfectly fine. I'm going to flip this to the other side. There's some gems and everything like that. If I select mugs... Okay, so that's still not enough, but that's okay. We can, we have to start encrusting our stuff, though. Trade? Good. Excellent. All right, that's it. Let's, no trader requested. Let's start encrusting our gems. Now, to do that, we do need our flow going properly, unless... Is there any chance I'd just be like, you know what? Encrust all finished goods? No, not really. All right, this rock stockpile, I'm going to trash it. And over here, this catch-all, I'm just going to delete this part of it. Okay. And this stockpile is of bars and blocks, and then this is supposed to be our non-economic stone. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll just trim that down over there. Okay. Visually a little more appealing. Oh, we got some more bars and blocks over here. Oh, so hold our actual stone blocks. Maybe I'll leave it there. Maybe that's fine. Now, where Jeweler's Workshop is here. Carpenters, farmers. Crafts Dwarf. Which accepts general orders. This Crafts Dwarf Workshop does not, and it has the fixed rock mugs. Okay, perfect. So, it is time to do our thing where we put stockpile over here. This is going to be for new mugs. So, it's going to be for finished goods. I'll turn everything on, but then turn off all the types, except for goblets. So we allow all the materials and everything like that. Any quality is fine. That's okay. But only goblets. And then we want to change this. I mean, it can stick from anywhere. It's fine. Yeah, that's probably fine. Now, this Crafts Dwarf Workshop is now going to have a thing where it gives items to the new mugs. Okay. Then, I need a stockpile for gems. I don't think we have any of the sort yet. And for this, I think we're fine. Rough and cut is going to be okay. I think. So I guess what we want to do, our catch-all, we want to turn off the gems. No longer store gems there. All the gems should get put in here. That's going to be okay. Then, I mean, for the gem cutting workshop, I seem to recall I might have left it as a generic something, but can you put in more than one? So I want you to be able to take from gems and to be able to take from the new mugs. Perfect. Okay. Because the idea here is now, if I give this a job, which is encrust finished goods with cut gems, the only finished goods it will have access to are these mugs over here. This is a little funky because it doesn't know where to look for this. Maybe I'll leave this off. There should always be mugs available. And then amount of cut gems, because I want to leave some around for maybe a strange mood. I mean, 10 might be an excessively generous number, but that seems fine. So as long as we've got at least 10 cut gems sitting around, which doesn't necessarily mean here, unless the work order is smart enough to check the attached stockpiles, but I'm not sure if it is. But assuming that our cut gems are properly being put in here, and I think that should be a case because I think this is the only stockpile that now accepts gems. So they should all end up over here. And if nothing else, this Jeweler's Workshop should be able to very conveniently put things in this area. We're going to do that. I'm realizing that this encrust is doing up to 10 a day. We're going to make sure to limit it to 1 a day because otherwise the jewel thing's going to get too confused and whatever. That's going to have to be okay. Did we get new migrants? Jeez. Okay, all exports prevented. That's fine. And that number is going up. Rhesus monkey. So I'm thinking that means... No, I guess it's been butchered since then. Okay. Is that number still going up? Nope. I love to watch them leave. I love the little narrow thing in the road. It actually looks fantastic. Okay, I think the migrant wave is done arriving. So what we'll do is filter this for grazers. that are roaming. There you go. Someone bought a pet bunny. That's going to be assigned over there. Okay, this spot over here, which is going to be our Dwarven Atom Smasher. So I'm going to construct a bridge, which retracts in some direction, and it's fairly large. Okay. So what the idea is going to be, we're going to raise this bridge up. Let me build a lever right here. Raise this bridge up, install a bunch of our goblin cages here, and then lower the bridge and smash it. I think this will work. I hope it'll work. We'll find out. Need 10 hides. Well, we did bring in a bunch. Needs bismuth. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ooh, smelting. So it is time for us to do a smelter setup. So this stone, what is this? This is, I suspect, for coal. Okay. So this is the raw coal stockpile. Processed coal. And yeah, just wood stockpile is fine. This stone stockpile over here is for, right, metal ore, as opposed to this one over here, which is purely magnetite ore. And a giant stockpile for magnetite, and a smaller one for miscellaneous other metal ore. Weapons, armor, bars block. This is probably metal bars, yeah. Metal bars. Metal bats. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stockpile. I'm going to trim it down ever so slightly. Like so. And then I'm going to make a new stockpile. Melt. No, put in all caps. Melt me. So this stockpile is going to have auto melting turned on. I'm not going to turn it on right now. Because I want to A, make sure that it doesn't pick the wrong thing, and B, the first few things we can go and manually melt. So the idea with this is going to accept all armor and weapons that aren't of a certain quality, perhaps. For now, we'll do this. And that. Right? So this is not going to accept exceptional masterwork or artifact, weapons, or armor, but it's otherwise going to be very happy to accept anything. Now, in addition to that, we're going to put in a take command. You're going to take from the armor stockpile and the weapon stockpile. Done and done. And my catch-all should not be accepting... Let me turn off armor and turn off weapons. Because I think these are accepting everything. Okay, good. So catch-all was still getting weapons and armor. Now, in theory, the only weapons and armor are these two over here. These two, and then this third one, which accepts other things. And it does still accept from public, if that matches the filter. But we'll also take. So now, all these guys, I can manually hit the melt. Now, an interesting question becomes, what does that leave us with? Because we might not have that actual expertise. That's empty. Oh, hang on. I gotta turn off these other materials. Yeah. Only metal ones, if I'm gonna set up the auto melt. How's our little justice area coming along here? Okay, I think we have to go and ask for some chains to be made. Well, ropes or chains are both usable, but let's do iron chains. Actually, ooh, that's... I wonder if they need to be made out of metal for the justice system to count. Because then the cages need to be. Not appoint any guards. Yeah, let's assign a captain of the guard. Okay, Fennel Goldenrod, who's currently listed as a dyer. You're going to be assigned to captain of the guard. Now, let me look at you, make sure you didn't get assigned. No, you have no other task assigned. You're just set to captain of the guard. Perfect. That's what I want. Now, let's quickly deck out your rooms here. So you're going to have an office. Oh, yeah, and a dining hall. And a bedroom. And I have no doubt that you're going to want some amount of storage. Plus, if nothing else, it'll help make things nice. And I know you're definitely going to want at least one armor stand. Trigger, I'll give you 2. And same with the weapon racks. So if we take a look at Fennel Goldenrod over here, you probably... Actually, you never had a quarters assigned. You know, we clearly might not have enough bedrooms. I wonder if you're someone who just joined and maybe haven't claimed one yet. Dining hall. And office. Fennel. Fennel. And Fennel. Now, take a look at you. You are currently satisfied. Good. I mean, the furniture hasn't actually been delivered yet. But we know that everything, the assignments are correct, so that's going to be there. We're going to wait for this to be fully decked out, and then I'll copy it to the other side. Oh, there we go. Someone has been brought forward to justice. Violation of production order. So, Rager over here. I think that's an old one over here. Yeah, was violated. Wow, or not violated. He wasn't violated. He violated a production order, i.e. someone or asked for something to be made. It wasn't made in time, so they pointed the finger at someone random, I guess. And so they're having to be punished for 168 days in prison. That was a long time. They got set over here. So it must have just been random, because it definitely wasn't the closest one to get to. I should take a look. DF Wiki prison or dungeon jail. Do we still need food? Keep them happy. Bad. Yeah, stockpile of prepared food. Let them eat when they're hungry. Instead of your haulers are free to feed them. Okay, so they will be brought stuff. They'll be brought food. I wonder if they get brought booze or if they just get brought water. If they're thirsty. But our haulers will do it. I mean, we might want to improve things, but we'll see. So our royal quarters are still not fancy enough. I bet you we're still... Yeah, we're still just waiting for a lot of engraving to happen. But again, I did put some extra engravers. They're not going to be fantastic, but they'll be there anyway. Yeah, was I going to make another stockpile for the finished mugs? Because this takes from anywhere. So mugs will still get delivered here. So the mugs that get encrusted are definitely being delivered over here, so that's probably fine. Are you wanting spears? Of course you want spears. Now, we are going to start smelting these down. So, I wonder if for now I should be... Yeah, I don't think our crafters are quite good enough. So I'll bring it down to here. We're only going to melt down standard and well-crafted. For now. And then we can have more and more strict standards. So in theory, someone's going to come around here, unpack it, move it back over here. Okay. We are making a lot of busy work for our haulers, but tough patooties deal with it. So, there we go. These guys will include the bismuth stuff. All right. I think that's fine enough. I'm going to go and activate the melting command. So all this is going to do, whenever this ticks, there it is. See this? All these have been clicked here. And I can do this manually if I want to. But this will start the melting. Now, we still need a job at the smelters to melt things. So we're going to go into the orders menu and set that up, which I believe is just called melt. Melt a metal object. If we go down to the bottom, I'm fine with melting up to like 4 a day, one of these things, or heck. Because I kind of want to melt if there's any. Right? If there's literally a meltable greater than 0. And we have at least 10 coal, so let's not burn through all our coal necessarily doing this. If it's greater than 0, then do it. This will only melt 1 a day. You know what? I think 1 a day is fine, because doing it in bulk would be nice, but I don't think we're going to produce that many that quickly. So at most, we'll melt 1 a day. It'll get assigned to one of these at some point. The other thing I could do is I could just go and put in a task here that's melt and put it on repeat. There we go. That's the one that was auto-queued. We can put a repeat job in here. And then when it runs out, this will just auto-cancel and that'll be fine. And then from then on, it'll just do 1 a day. So the idea basically is if we make something that's not high quality, we'll immediately turn around and melt it. Oh, there we go. Someone was hauling the bismuth glove. Now, it's possible that that one will turn out higher quality. And what I can do is I can keep checking the stockpile over here. This is a stockpile that didn't meet our auto filter. And I can still manually order one of these to be melted down. Same thing with the weapons and things like that. I can totally do it as need be. But yeah, right now some things are being melted down. Get us some material back. And that's all right. Could really use just some raw coal, which as far as I know, we never hit in our own place. Out of curiosity, I said prospect all. Out of curiosity, do we have any? No, I think it would show up as a type of ore, maybe. So yes, you don't have to stress about like looking for it. As far as I know, we have no coal, no lignite. And that's fine. We keep chopping down trees, so we can make some charcoal out of that. So we might be that much more incentivized to go and find our magma lair. Which reminds me, we did make a little exploratory dig tunnel here. And it didn't hit anything. We would have gotten a big message about it. Well, so it's possible that we simply missed a cavern, right? We might have just happened to dig through solid rock the entire time. That's entirely possible. What I'm going to do, though, is I think I'm just going to keep this tunnel going straight down. I didn't necessarily mean it to make priority 1, but I'm kind of okay with it. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to end the episode here. Next episode, we'll see what we hit. At some point, I mean, it conceivably could go all the way down and eventually hit bedrock. In which case we know we got to back up a little bit. Most likely, because the magma seas are pretty big, most likely that tunnel will at least hit the magma sea. In which case we'll have to backtrack and find the other cavern layers. But yeah, maybe finding the cavern, the sea is going to be good because maybe we move all of our smelting down there, set up a bunch of magma forges, and then we can really ramp up our military. We'll find out next time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.